Well, here we are in the studio, and I am so happy to welcome Brad Hibbs, who's been here at Green Spring a long time.
16 years. Yes.
Since it opened?
A year after it opened is when I came on board.
And he has a lovely person with him who is also part of the Wellness Center. And so I would like you to introduce Heidi.
Absolutely, happy to. It's been a little less than a year that we've had Heidi Campbell join us, and she is doing a variety of things in the fitness center. She teaches classes, she works the fitness center floor, helps us with a lot of the special events, etc. She's been a delight. She's been a great addition to our team. She comes with a lot of experience, and she comes with a fabulous attitude. And so yeah, we're thrilled to introduce Heidi as actually she's not the most recent staff person. We are hoping another gentleman might show up on the set before the program's over, but Heidi is the second newest to our team, and we're thrilled to have her.
Heidi, I'm thrilled to have a chance to be with you this morning on Village in Motion. We've had a little bit of work together in the fitness area in a yoga class.
That's
but
right.
I don't really know anything about you other than that. So where did you come from, and where did you work before you came here?
Well, I actually found out about Green Spring through a neighbor who a lot of people here know. Her name is Andy Cruz. Yep, and she was here for how long, Brad?
Wow, she was over 10 years.
Over 10 years.
Here at Green Spring.
And we were at a block party in the neighborhood, and she mentioned what she did and here at Green Spring, and she found out what I do, which is a similar kind of a background in the fitness area, and so she referred me to Brad, and here I am. So
had you worked in a fitness center before?
Yes, I've been in the fitness field for probably about 15 years now, at least.
You started when you were 15, right?
Right. So it's been a great career for me as a mom, because it's, you know, it provides me the opportunity to stay fit myself. So it's a big passion of mine, and it's been fascinating to kind of take my skill set and bring it here to a different environment. So yeah, I teach the yoga classes, which Francis takes, and also hoping to introduce something fairly new here, which is Pilates. So that's something that we'll be talking about next month at the lunchtime lecture.
Well, actually, when I joined the yoga class on Monday, which is the only one I have been able to go to, it was called Yoga Lattes, a combination of yoga and Pilates. So, but I noticed this past Monday we got more Pilates.
That's right. So you can tell I'm sort of sneaking it in a little more and more.
And it's interesting. So tell us exactly, what is Pilates?
Well, Pilates is it's a form of exercise that you can do on a mat, or you can do it on machines, which of course we don't have here at Green Spring. But there's a lot that we can do on a yoga mat, and I'm sort of bringing in a little bit, like Francis said, into the yoga class, just to kind of introduce it a little bit. But basically, it's a way to focus on building core strength. So we all probably know the core consists of the abdominal area, the back, everything from the shoulders to the hips. So we work on flexibility, core strength, stamina, and it's really a great way for this population really to work on risk of falling, because we work on a lot of things to do with motions that help you in everyday life, from maintaining good posture to walking, and it's very, very easy to modify it for anyone. So you can take a very seasoned athlete and work with someone like that, all the way to someone who's never done it before. So it's a really, it's a great way to work, and so I'm excited about introducing that.
Well, it's a bit more intense than just a basic yoga class.
That's true.
Is my experience. And Brad, are you building your staff? I mean, enlarging numbers? Is that what's happening?
Actually, over the years, it kind of fluctuates depending on who comes and who goes. As
I know Andy left.
yeah,
so
we lost
I
Andy.
know.
We were, I mean, thrilled that she's headed to South Carolina. She's moving from the area, but yeah, big loss. So we, you know, when somebody leaves, we bring on somebody new. And so basically, I mean, who would have thought that a neighbor of Andy's would end up filling her shoes?
Right.
Well, it was a good recommendation.
Oh, it's worked out beautifully. So Heidi's come on board. And there's another gentleman that will be starting officially in a week or two that I hope by the end of this program will be here. His name is Dave Wiggins, and you might get a chance to meet him. But as people leave, just like any department, we have to bring on new folks. But I'll tell you what, Frances, we have been so blessed over the years with wonderful people. When we have good people leave, we've been fortunate to have good people take their place, and we don't miss a beat, typically. I mean, we miss these folks for sure. They're a part of our family, but we're thrilled when we get folks like Heidi that join us, that add to our team, become a great asset to our team. So yeah, we're not really adding any more. Net result is about the same, but it's constantly changing.
Shifting
Yes.
and changing.
Yes.
Well, I know one of the people that used to be working in the fitness center is now living here at Green Spring with her
Yes.
husband.
Yes.
So that was interesting when I saw her there and here.
Yes. Margaret Stephen.
So that, well, the wellness or fitness center has been such a really great asset for this community. I mean, when I walk by, usually to the pool or going out the back door, there's never a time when there aren't people in there.
Yes.
Even, you know, after closing hours, if you know the formula, you can get in.
Yes.
And you're there at your own risk, of course, but still, it's available and people are using it. And that's so really interesting from my point of view and at my age to see us doing that.
Yes.
And as you said, Heidi, Pilates, but any kind of exercise is so important for people of any age.
Yes.
And I know you have children, right?
That's right. That's right. I have a 13-year-old son and a 2-year-old daughter. So, so having that experience of having my daughter at a little bit of an older age, I have to say that Pilates has really helped me. Exercise in general, but the Pilates really was something that I was able to do before, during, and after pregnancy. So again, it's just one of those things that is so easy to modify for any person, given whatever stage of life they're in. So yeah, and it's just exercise, you know, in general, the older we get, as you see in the fitness center,
Yes.
Brad can attest to this, the more movement, the more energy you have, the more you expend in physical energy, the more you end up having. So it's, it's really a win-win, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, and I wonder, is your 13-year-old son, he's at that lovely age? I mean, you know, children
great.
at that age sort of begin to say, no, Mom, I don't want to be seen with you in public, whatever.
Oh, yeah, there's a little bit of that.
But I mean, the exercises he does he sort of say, Mom, I can do that, you know?
Oh, yeah. Well, I think he's really gotten a lot from seeing me be active, and he plays football, and he's very aware of, you know, his weight and what he puts in his body, and you know, he's
That's great.
yeah, he's a good role model for my 2-year-old, actually. Yeah, and he agrees that when he doesn't exercise, doesn't feel so good, you know. So it's even at that
He's
age,
learned
at
it from his
13.
mom.
Yeah. So it's nice to see, you know, that gift has been passed on.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the family can do things together.
Absolutely. Right. Well, because you have to remain active as an adult to be able to keep up with your kids, right?
Absolutely.
I know Brad has experienced that as well.
So true. Absolutely.
But you're such a dynamic team in the Wellness Center. It's just really a pleasure to see that and then to interact with Brad and all of you. And Brad has been such an important part of this community for so long. I've been here 15 years, so I've known you a long time.
Yes, you're right behind me.
Well, we have about a minute and a half left in this segment of the program, so I want you to say something really important that you want everybody to remember.
Well, as I've shared with others, when I get on the program for the viewing audience, Frances, we in the fitness center feel like we have something for everyone, not just in the fitness center, but we have classes, a wide range of classes. I can't say this enough. I think there's something that we offer that somebody can benefit from on this campus. We have about 2,000 residents, and we're looking to get a higher percentage of users than we currently have.
What is your percentage?
It's about, of the independent livers here, we have about 25% that utilize our classes, take advantage of our classes, utilize the fitness center, utilize the aquatic center. But that is good for this age group in general, but we think here at Green we could do much better than that.
That shocks me. I thought it was a lot more
You would think so, and you would hope so. We still get over 3,000 users a month in the fitness center and over 600 in the pool every month, and we offer over 100 classes a month. And we feel like there's something for everybody. So if you've never tried us, come on down to the fitness center. We'd love to talk to you about opportunities for you.
Are you part of the orientation for new residents?
I am not, but maybe
maybe
I need to be to kind of
so.
sell fitness. We want them to get started right when they move in here.
Well, and for all the new people that might be watching our program today, keep that in mind, because it's not scary to go to the fitness center.
Thank you.
No.
It's not intimidating here.
I actually did sign up for the machines at one point, and I found them so boring that I just never pursued it, but that isn't a good thing to say.
But everyone's different.
Yeah, everybody.
And you go to the classes.
That's right.
You go to the aquatic center.
Well, and I walk a lot, and
Yes.
just in general, but anyhow, I shouldn't have said that. I found them boring because it might turn somebody off.
But we understand that. But there are other options.
But there's something for everyone, right? That's
Absolutely.
what Brad's saying. Yeah.
Well, I think we probably used up our 13 minutes, so thank you so much. And the second half of the program is also related to the fitness center, so I think Heidi is excused, right?
I think so, and we'll bring on Lisa.
But, well, here we are, still in the studio, and Brad is still here.
Yay.
And we have Lisa Brunson, who's come in to join us, so that's very nice for us this morning. And I know you both have important things you want to let the community know, so I want you to just go ahead.
Well, I might let Lisa start with, these are programs that are going on currently, but I think residents would be interested to know exactly what is the balance class, what is brain train, because these are programs now look like are going to be ongoing. Certainly balance every fall and spring, so for those that aren't going to be able to get involved with this session of the balance class or brain train, maybe come spring. So we thought it was a good opportunity to get on here. Lisa is intimately involved with the balance program. She and Juanita are the two coordinators of that program. And the brain train, they started with the kickoff in the spring, but is ongoing. We're now offering a current fall one. But I thought I'd let Lisa talk a little bit about the balance class and brain train.
Great. Okay. So Lisa, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Frances. One of the great things about balance classes, it's offered twice a year. So if winter isn't your time of year to do things, then we also offer it in the fall. Right now we're in, week 6, I think it is.
That sounds about right.
It is. So for those that don't know anything about balance and what we have to offer for balance, it's a 10-week session. We have a pre and a post assessment. And so wedged in there is 8 weeks of the actual balance class. And it's always 2 days a week. It's always on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And it's always in the mornings. So so that's another thing to consider if you want to take balance class, because sometimes we don't have
the balance in the morning.
Yeah, well, and sometimes we don't have people that really are morning people, and so we get that a lot. But we do have a lot of people that say, I just don't know if I can do it, and they always manage to get there and do that.
Well, I want to interject here because
Sure.
I just came to mind. I participated in the first balance class that was offered. I don't know how many years ago it is, but it was a woman who had parents living here in the community, and I can't remember her name. Betty Price, right.
She started the balance program called Fall Proof way back when.
Right.
But yes.
So I did that.
Yes.
Oh, That's really neat.
Now go ahead. I'm sorry I interrupted.
That's okay. That's all right. So actually, I'm glad it's actually called Erickson, the Erickson Balance class. We kind of got away from the fall proof, which actually is a trademarked name. However, we were all certified under the fall proof under Betty Price, who was a master trainer, Pat Carlson, for those that remember Pat Carlson as well. So I'm kind of reaching way back there, but Juanita and I have been doing this for a really long time now. I don't know, I've been here almost 9 years. So probably about that long,
that
maybe 8 years, 8.5 years. But getting back into the structure of the class, 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's about an hour long. And we get a lot done. And one of the other great things about how we structure that class is we do have a beginner intermediate class, and then sometimes we'll only have a beginner intermediate class or an intermediate advanced class. But we do break that up, and it depends on your pre-assessment, where you would go, which class you would go into. And we like to not only match the level, but also there's also other things that we take into consideration, which would be the energy of the class, the personalities of the class, the potential of those that maybe they didn't score very well on an assessment, but the potential is there for them to really, if we put them in a more advanced class, to really shine in that class. So there are a lot of things that go into that in regard to how we do placement of the classes.
Well, and practicing at home helps.
Definitely practicing at home, and it's kind of funny, the first day we always say that there's going to be homework, and people kind of just go, ooh, homework, I don't know about that. I know, not written homework, it's exercise homework that we hope that they will do, and usually most everybody does their homework. But the other thing that I'd like to interject about taking the balance classes, it isn't just about taking that one class and getting your certificate or your diploma and saying, okay, now you know all there is to know about balance. It is an ongoing, it's an ongoing thing that we all have to do. And so to incorporate that into your daily life, we offer so many different classes that in some way you would be able to incorporate that into your daily routine, an exercise class, or using the facilities, using the fitness center, using the pool, to help to keep you at the level at which you in that balance class that you've achieved, to keep you there, or even springboard even further and become a little bit more better balanced. So those are and then at the end we do that post-assessment. The other thing that I wanted to add about that, I know I'm spending a lot of time on balance, but it's such an important, enriching part of what we have to offer, and it's only offered, again, twice a year. But the other thing that we've now incorporated into that is we take pictures of your,
that's great.
excuse me, of your posture, and we do that pre-assessment and post-assessment. And then at the end of that, we, along with your pre and post-assessment, test scores, if you will, and that's only a measurement really of where we put you in the class. Part of that is where we put you in the classes, but it's a nice baseline of what you looked like before, what you look like after, and then of course that post assessment, and then we put that all together in a letter and kind of outlining for you your achievements, and then looking at that and comparing those pictures about, wow, you really have. It looks like you've grown 2 inches since your last picture, or your posture has made the proper adjustments.
Well, that's so interesting. that wasn't part of the balance class initially. But I think, gee, maybe I should come back and do it again.
I really think you brought up a really good point. There are a lot of people out there that think, oh gosh, I don't have any problems right now with my balance. It doesn't seem to be an issue. Honestly, everyone can benefit from taking the balance class, no matter where you are at what stage. Everyone could benefit from that.
There is a charge for the class, isn't there?
There is. It's $100 for the balance class. And if let's say that we get you in there and we do an assessment, but this just doesn't seem to work out time-wise. It doesn't. There are just some things that maybe don't work out for you in regard to that being able to continue on with the class. The assessment's $50, but what we springboard into that is people will say, oh gosh, you know, I really do think I would benefit from doing some form of balance. We do balance personal training, and so then we have that to offer as well.
Oh,
so again, too many things we have to offer to not be able to
right.
to
no
not
excuses.
be able. Yeah, there's no excuses there.
Oh, and did you have? There was other things.
Brain
right?
train.
Brain train, right?
There's the
we
brain
have
train.
only 2 minutes left.
Oh, good. Oh gosh, I kind of did go. Okay, so sorry. Really quickly about brain train. We are working in conjunction with the social work team, and they're the ones that coordinate the signing. So if you had questions about it or wanted to see when the next session was, because they're at the tail end of this session as well for the brain train. It's a 6-week session. They've kind of offered it at different times. Just to kind of see what the response has been. But, so here's the breakdown of it kind of quickly for Brain Train. It is a 6-week session. It's an hour long. It's once a week. Don't know what the day would be, but it's once a week. And there's 4 stations. There are 2 exercise stations, which is where the fitness center comes into play. And then there's 2 memory fitness stations that the social work team, they coordinate that. And then at the very end of the class, we bring all of that together, what you've done, the exercise and the memory fitness, hence the name Brain Train, and we all get together and we do and incorporate what's called neuroplasticity. And in a nutshell, what that means is when we exercise, it helps with there's so many things that go into it, but when we exercise, it helps with our memory. It helps with our cognitive functions. It helps, long and short-term memory, our cognitive functions, all of those kinds. It works hand in hand. So we get together, do some marching, we do some math drills, we do some spelling. But don't let that scare you if you're not good at. Don't let that scare you if you're not good at either one of them. You're still going to have a lot of fun at it. It's a lot of high energy.
Does it follow up? Like I also probably was one of the first people that took the memory class way back when. Is it the same following that program? It was a memory it was called memory class.
I don't know all the particulars.
The
one with the social work.
Honestly, Francis.
But anyhow, I remember doing that as well. And you got more things you got.
Real quick, lunchtime lecture.
Lunchtime lecture is tomorrow.
So,
it is with, I don't know if we have anything that would come up on the screen. But anyway, it's Dr. Connie Hambrook, and she is going to talk about lymphatic drainage.
It's on the screen.
Okay, perfect. Lymphatic drainage systems. And this is really how to take a holistic approach to the lymphatic drainage and the techniques that she would use. She's going to go into probably an in-depth explanation of the lymph system. But as a quick plug for the fitness center, you know, with the lymphatic system, and we have if we have any kind of water buildup, edema, The pool is a wonderful place to help with that, and we not only, so you don't have to take classes, but you could come into the pool, and why that helps is it's the pressure of the water when you get in the water helps to stimulate the lymphatic system to help you get rid of some of that excess water.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
So we've got a lot of information this morning, and Brad, do you have something?
Real quick, that's for the lunchtime lecture tomorrow. Next month's lunchtime lecture will be Heidi talking about Pilates. She's actually going to talk a little bit, but it's also going to be an actual class. So be prepared. It won't be real strenuous, but there'll be some chairs, maybe get on the floor a little bit, but we want to expose people to Pilates and what that is, and Heidi's going to teach. That'll be on the 19th of next month. We'll advertise this, 19th of next month on a Thursday. It looks like that's been listed as well. And the next day will be Turkey Trot, believe it or not. So I just thought I'd get that plug in real quick on Friday the 20th of November, the annual event. Ava just reminded me, the 13th one that we're having, but on Friday the 20th will be the Turkey Trot, about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the Town Center clubhouse.
Wow, we got so many good pieces of information this morning, but anyhow, that's what Channel 6 does for you, and the Village in Motion program. So folks, spread the word, watch the program, and you'll be all informed all the time.
Absolutely, yes.
And thank you both so much for coming, and I'm sorry your other new employee didn't make it, but another time.
Dave Wiggins.
Dave Wiggins. He's a new person in the Wellness Center,
yes.
so watch for him. And now